Pamela Hamilton, and this is my son, W.T. Hamilton, and we're going to tell you a little bit about how we started our book, Your Invincible
My Story,
Power.
Chapter 15, Part 4. So I was reading a book on the law of attraction, and I wanted to learn more about how I could bring joy into my life and improve my financial situation. So I was talking with my mom, and she was really into to Charles Hanna and the Master Key System. And she kept saying, "Oh, you got to read Charles Hanna. It's really, really good." So I took a look at it and tried to read it, and it was like, boom, it just went way over my head. It was like Charles went out into left field there, and he just never came back. So I was talking with my mom and my brother, and they kept telling me how good this book was, and to try to read it, even though it's a bit of a hard read. And I was getting a bit frustrated because I felt like I'm a smart guy, one of the smartest guys I know, and I know a lot of people, but I just couldn't connect with it. So I asked myself, what do I got to do to understand this stuff? And myself said, well, why you don't write a note? I said, what? What are you talking about, write a note? He's like, yes, you write a note so you can understand in your language. It's like, alright, well, I decided, okay, I'm going to take pieces, because that stuff is way out here. I'm just going to take pieces of it that I can relate to and put into my own words and kind of understand it. And the other stuff, I'm going to leave it out there until my mind is more open and I'm ready to add that stuff to it. So I started writing the notes, and they were working, and one night I'm tossing and turning in bed, and all this information is just kind of hitting me in the head. How does a sports team go from worst to first? Does your bank statement make you happy or sad? All these questions. So I got up and I wrote them down on a piece of paper, and I was able to go back to sleep. The next morning I'm looking at the paper and I'm like, wow, it's pretty good. So I started typing in the computer, and it was chapters about all the stuff that I was learning, and then I was applying it to things that happened in my life before law of attraction and after. And well, I don't need to tell you because you're going to read the book, so you'll see that one. But 6 months later, I'm talking with my mom, and she tells me that she's writing a book about the law of attraction. I said, wow, you know what? I got some chapters you might want to look at too. And now here we are.
I started this journey of self-empowerment. I decided to start a website. I'd come upon a wonderful and exciting journey of bringing joy into my life. And much more than that, this idea that had presented itself to me was working out. So I wanted to share it with anybody who wanted to listen. At one point I had an IT guy come to my house, and as he was taught me with the website, and as he was leaving, he suggested that I write a book. I love to write, so this idea wasn't off the board for me. A little way into the writing Your Invincible Power, I was talking on the phone with W.T., and he amazed me by telling me that he had also been writing.
So I want to thank you for taking time to look at our video, and thank you for having interest in our book, Your Invincible Power. And please check out our website. It's www.wherethewindblows.ca, and I will wish you joy and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Information, go to www.wherethewindblows.ca.